What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Mantra OM. It just crashed on yesterday, 92%, guys, in 6 hours. It went from $6.40 all the way to 57 cents in a matter of hours. So if you were in this token, I'm sorry, you did just get bagged pretty hard. I even seen somebody mention that they invested like $1.5 million, and their $1.5 million is currently worth 200K. Like, all of this, in my opinion, is very avoidable, but a lot of people don't do the basic as far as like doing their own due diligence and doing their own homework. The stuff that you guys hear as far as like do your own research, but I don't think you guys really understand what type of research you're actually doing. So we're going to break it down in this video, as well as showing you guys what I think is the easiest and more safer, because not everything is 100% foolproof, but something that is safer than another to be able to park your money into. And that way you guys could be able to see like how I view a lot of this these tokens. Because a lot of these tokens, when they say utility, oh, it has utility, I'm like, so freaking what? It has utility. If the owner, if the CEO, if the dev own 90%, or the team has a big allocation of the token, that is a major red flag. That is a major risk, and that's going to loom over. And you're telling me I have to believe into a dev or CEO that is going to do the right thing when we're in this crypto world, when it is the wild west. And again, you got to have your eyes open when it comes to these assets. That's why for me, I don't blindly follow. If I am going to get invested into an asset that is a utility that I know the devs have ownership of, I'm not going to over leverage myself. And this is what this goes back to. Look, this is what I said on yesterday's post. I said, I keep saying it. So-called utility tokens are the crypto version of biotech stocks, which is 100% true, guys. When it comes to biotech, and I even look at this biotech company right here, and it's the same game, but just slight, slight tweaks here and there in crypto. But this is the biotech game. They have this promise that they're gonna create this next wonder drug that's gonna make you last forever. You're never gonna die. I'm just giving just that's not what this actually do, but I'm just saying that's the type of promises that these biotech companies giving, and people eat it up. So they eat it up, and they're like, yo, I'm going to invest into this. It's going to go to this phase one, phase two, phase three, of the FDA approval. And this is, once this thing get approved, boom, I'm going to become a millionaire. But in the background, this is what these CEOs, these executives, these people that run or control this company are doing. They'll pump up the stock. And once the stocks start getting pumped, they're going to issue warrants. They're going to issue offering. And once they start issuing offerings, these CEOs, these executives, they're going to start on you, dumping on you. And if they're not dumping on you, when they do the offering, they're selling the shares so cheap that the next person who's giving the company that cash, they're going to be dumping on you. Because imagine if they bought this share of this company, right? Let's say they bought it for $20 a share, but the stock is currently trading at $200. That is an instant 10x, guys, an instant 10x that they are up by. And these people that's paying for it, they're gonna magically just start dumping on the chart, and guess who's gonna suffer? It's gonna be the shareholders. So once this thing get low enough, the next phase of this operation that they're gonna do a reverse split. They're going to do a reverse split, claiming, oh, we're not in compliance with NASDAQ. And one thing about NASDAQ, you do have to be above $1. So once this thing drop below $1, it's going to do a reverse split, bring the price back up. And everybody who bought this stock just became super dilutive. So the dollar amount that they own in that company just become worthless. It's next to nothing. So now on the flip side of thing, you have these stocks. What are they doing? Instead of them issuing, these warrants or these offerings and stuff like that, they're automatically holding a majority of this token supply, and that is the overhead pressure that could happen at any single time. And this is exactly what you're seeing here. Overhead pressure came, boom, drop this stock. Drop this crypto. And people do not ask these questions. People just blindly invest. That's the reason why this person who spent $1.5 million, he was over leveraged. Like, if you're spending $1.5 million on a crypto asset, zero should be your price target as far as if you're holding this long term, like zero. So if you're okay with losing $1.5 million, then okay, that's one thing. You could, you know, move on to the next asset. You don't even have to listen to the rest of this video. But if you are getting in a situation where you're not comfortable with losing the amount that you invested into, then you don't know, then you're over leveraged. You're over leveraged and you don't have a plan. Like, what is the plan if you're right? What is the plan if you're wrong? Like, whether you win or lose, like, people don't have if and scenarios. One thing about it for me, guys, when it comes to bone, this is years in advance. I know this one says a year, but there was another video that I made outlining what are the risk factors for bone. In my opinion, the risk level for bone is extremely low, to the point where I could, feel comfortable losing up to 10K on it. Now, ideally, I don't want to lose 10K, but that was in my mind before I even invested into it. Luckily, I didn't have to spend that much on bone due to the fact the price went down. I looked at it 10K average, 10K bone at $1 average. I was able to get it a lot less, so I didn't have to invest a whole full 10K just to be able to get a full size position. So, with that being said, many people are just buying, and they're not looking at their overall risk. Like, what is your risk level? So that's one thing to consider. How much does the team or the dev wallet actually hold? Like, this is something that's not even being talked about. Because again, at any given time, this team, you're expecting this team to always do the right thing. Guys, this is crypto. If you have that mindset that every dev team is going to do everything 100% by the book, then you are sadly mistaken. Having that level of conviction without having, a game plan is just, to me, it just suicidal. Even some people's favorite, like Brett on base. I know that the dev team owns a whole bunch of different, owns a lot of Brett. I'm not going heavy, guys. I only have maybe $100 and something invested into Brett, and I just finally gotten into it. But am I gonna go, $10,000 into Brett? Absolutely not. That would be idiotic. Whoever's trying to sell you this Brett dream of it, gonna go all, it could very well do, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be able to take that. I'm not taking that risk. Risk reward does not make sense for me on Brett. So this is why I'm not going big. What does make sense for me is on tokens like Shiba Inu. Because at the end of the day, Shiba Inu, Popcat, Bone, Roaring Kitty, those make sense. And the reason why those make so much sense is because it is community owned. It's owned by the community. Meaning, if someone needs to get into these tokens, like your Sheeb, your Roaring Kitty, your Popcat, your Turbo, the only way that they could get into it is by going in the open market to purchase it. So for them to have a huge bag size into Roar, they're going to have to spend a huge amount of dollar. And at that point in time, once they do that, it's going to automatically make the price of Roar go parabolic. So it's yin and yang. A lot of these tokens do not have yin and yang. So because of that, this is why you tend to see a whole bunch of imbalance, and why you as an investor do not make money, and the devs, the CEO, the influencers, and and all of these other people, but the holders who actually make money. Like, guys, I am an influencer, and you don't know how many times these projects reach out to me, offering me free tokens just to be able to talk about their token. Like, and again, and I tell you guys, I'm super transparent. Whenever I get paid for anything, I'll tell you. And out of a year of me doing something, I only got paid one time to talk about a token, because I actually saw that this token was, in my opinion, they were working towards building up Shibarium. They eventually left. It is what it is, but I did get paid for that. But I didn't get paid in their token. I got paid in Bone instead. So that way nothing was being dumped onto my audience. But the point that I'm making in all of this, a lot of people don't realize this game that you are in crypto. You thinking you're just buying a token and yeah, the dev is gonna do, what it's gonna do, and it's gonna be the next big tech company, and it's gonna do one things to change the crypto landscape. And 9 times out of 10, guys, those promises that is being made are not gonna get fulfilled. Sometimes it's incompetence by the dev, sometimes it's bad timing, sometimes it's so many different factors. So this is why for me, I'll stick to tokens like Popcat, Turbo, Roaring Kitty, especially Roaring Kitty, because it is controlled by who? It is controlled by the community. So if anybody's causing this dump right here, guess what they had to do? They had to actually put into it. They had to actually buy into it to in order for this to happen. And this wasn't just one person. This was multiple people selling all at once. But the best thing about it, these people actually bought in. They bought the token. They didn't receive anything for free. So once this gets out its consolidation, once the sellers or the people who don't want to be a part of Roaring Kitty, they sell, their bag is getting to zero. Guess what's going to happen next? This thing is going to start to have a nice pump, nice parabolic action. Now, Roaring Kitty, I'm glad that everything is moving along with the market, and I love seeing this consolidation. Hopefully, the consolidation lasts even longer as the market continue to keep consolidating where it's at right now, because that way we can get some of these other people who don't want to be, who's not active, who's not pursuing, who's not helping the cause for Roaring Kitty to get out of Dodge, get out of Dodge. But yeah, really, guys, that is all that I have for you today. Stay vigilant, guys. Stay vigilant. Stop looking for looking for these types of plays, because a lot of you guys are invested heavily. And again, this one right here, I can say a lot of people are invested heavily just based upon influencers. Me, I don't have a filter. Like, I really don't have influencers, quote unquote, friends in this game, because I can see through all the BS. And a lot of them, guys, they're brand new to crypto in my eyes. So, but yeah, that's all that I have for you today. Leave a like, leave a comment. Random Arts guy signing off. Peace!